Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to explain how to increase your win rate on Mirage. The first thing that is very important to know is the defaults that you can play. So there's default 1-1, so one lurking towards A, 3 people towards mid and one lurking towards B. There's 2-2-1 and there's 1-2-2. And if you play 1-1, you want the guy who goes towards A to decide if he wants to go in powers or towards ramp. So if he goes in powers, generally against around where the enemy bought guns, he should start shifting around here, and then he can move up to an angle like on top of this couch here, or just next to it on the other side, like this, or just in general any angle that you see people using. You can use this angle as well, or anything like that. The 3 people on mid, you want to have a window smoke, preferably an instant window smoke. If you don't know this, you can watch my video for instant window smokes. And you can, if you don't know them, you can just throw a smoke like this. That's going to simply land in window. And you want the first guy to either bounce a flash like this, or like this, or maybe even like this. And you want him to throw a molly in con. Preferably it should land here on the ledge, but it's not a problem if it lands on the stairs as well. You can also use a top mid smoke instead of a window smoke, but that's just depending on what you want to do. Generally you want to have one person behind boxes, and you want this person to have smoke and a Molotov, so he can in a smoke window or a Molotov window and then smoke top con or anything like that. And the top con smoke is going to be very important. You can throw it by lining up the pin of your smoke grenade with this thing and then standing up, left clicking. And from here you can also move into this corner and throw a flash like this. That's going to blind people in con, or the people from your team who are going in con can just throw a flash for themselves or something. That's going to land somewhat decent, and they can just go in con. And just remember to clear this angle and this angle, because you might get caught off by them. And then you can go into this corner or the other corner, or if the smoke lands like this, which it probably will with the lineup, you can walk out towards stairs or towards jungle, but that's of course higher risk, and you might die if you do it, but it's worth a try sometimes. So you want to take con, and you want to take ladder as well if you have the resources or if you have the time. And I explained how to take con and ladder in one of my other videos, but you can just throw a Molotov into ladder, and after the Molotov you can just throw a flashbang, and the person can just go inside and clear it after the Molotov ends. The guy who is towards B, in general he wants to maybe in the beginning stay on an angle like this or something, just to hold in case the enemy pushes under. And if you hold from this angle, you will not get blinded by the flashes that they will throw, so it's a pretty good angle. And then you can check towards subs, and you can decide if you want to move towards under and try to help mid, or if you want to just stay and hold for a B push, or maybe you even want to go and search for the kill on B. Just if the guy is jump spotting, you can try to move in like this, and then you can just try to peek and maybe even jump out and try to kill him while he is falling back. And then if you have the site, you can just use your utility to try and keep the control of the site and call your teammates to come towards you. If you do a 2-2-1 default, you have one towards powers, one towards ramp, and you probably want to play a bit more aggressive towards A, trying to find kills. If you play a 1-2-2, then you have one guy going through under to help the mid guys, and you have one guy who is just holding the B push. This is going to be very effective if you know that the enemy likes to push ups, but you also need to take mid control. And the other default can be very effective if the players like to push, but you're not sure if they will push ramp or if they will push powers. So in general, you want a lurker towards A. If you don't know when they're going to push, if you don't know which position they're going to push, you can put 2 people towards there. Or if you see that A is weak and you want to find openings there, you can again put 2 players there. Most of the time you want to train players on mid because mid control is very important. It gives you a lot of information and it eliminates a rotation point for your enemies, and it also denies information from them, and it denies most of the flanks that they can do from behind you. And you want a linker towards B who's going to either go towards under and help the mid guys, or he's going to hold B ups. And if you know that they're pushing B ups, you can put two people here and one can go under and the other can just hold. And if you want to just take a mid in a different way, you can again put two towards B and have one go under and just help the mid guys. You can also do out of spawn calls like B rush, B split, A split, and these are actually going to be really effective on Mirage as well. So now let's move over to the city side. So on city side, what you want is one player on B side, one player towards short, one player who is going to be the opener, so he's mostly, not even mostly, but in general his position is considered to be window. Then you're going to have a con player and you're going to have an A anchor. The short, the con and the window player should most of the time try to fight for mid, for the same reasons that I said on T side, because it gives you a lot of information, it denies the enemy a lot of map control, and it opens up possibilities for flanks for you. And you can also go for a lot of different plays on mid with your utility. So let's say you can throw a smoke like this, and you can go towards under and peek, or if you have the best spawn here, you can try to go in under, push under, you can try to fight mid from under, you can try to push top mid. Just try to go for plays. This is very important on the city side. Go for plays, don't do the same thing over and over again. You can throw a smoke like this once with the best spawn, and then you can try to fight from under. Some other time you can just jump out, molly boxes, flash behind boxes. Make sure to hit the utility. So molly behind boxes, for some reason it doesn't land. So molly, flash over, and just try to pick the guys who are on top mid and try to get a kill. You can also have a teammate pushing with you, which is going to help a lot. In window, if you're in the open and you get smoked off, let's say there's a smoke here, you can just throw a nade like this and that's going to blow up the smoke, and if you have an op, you might get an easy kill. As a con player, if you get mollied off, you can generally throw a smoke like this, and most of the time it should give you some kind of vision, but sometimes it's not really going to give you a lot of vision, and if it doesn't, you can still shoot a little bit and you can see what's going on top mid, and you can still get a kill in that way. As a short player, in the rounds where the enemy is on low economy, you would like to generally play a bit closer to B, so in case they rush, you're ready to throw a Molotov, you're ready to throw a nade, and just help the B player in general. Playing around this pillar here is going to be very strong because it gives you strong fights towards the windows. You can peek, you can dodge flashes pretty well. If you just stand in this corner, there's almost no flash that can blind you. You can also use defensive utility from here, like this, to create a new angle to fight around the smoke. You can throw it also from further back to this side and again create some more new angles that you can fight around. If it lands a bit deeper, it's going to obviously be better. If you are a bit far away from this, let's say you're here holding top mid, which if after you take mid control, this is a good setup. You can have the short player here, you can have the con player here holding under, and then the opener can just rotate towards either A or B. So yeah, if you're out here and you hear people towards B executing, or your B player gives the information, you can just throw a Molotov like this under the window, and that's going to be really effective because when people jump out, they're going to take a lot of damage and you can easily get a kill. And sometimes they're even not going to jump out through the window because they will be scared, and they'll go out on the balcony, lining up and giving you opportunities to get kills because they're all in the same place, blocking each other's bullets as well. So it's going to be easier for you to get kills in that way. As a B player, you want to, in the beginning of the round, mostly either throw a Molotov like this, or try to throw a deep Molotov, which is going to be something like this, or something even better, because I don't really know exactly what the lineup is, but there's a way to throw a deeper Molotov into ups that will, yeah, like this. If it bounces here, it will land deep into ups and it will not let people get in, unless they had the best spawn and they were rushing, but in that case, your short player should be able to hear them. Your short player can even drop your Molotov here towards backside for later on, and then you can just jump spot for information, and you can hold out your smoke. When you see someone, you can just smoke like this. You can throw a nade or a flash instead of a nade, and you can just try to play around your smoke like this. Try to hold the window from here or something. Try to play around backside and try to kill the people that are going out, and fight together with your short player basically. So you fight, you get a kill, you hide for a bit, the short player tries to get a kill, and you just play off of each other like that. And also you use your utility to do as much damage as possible, because in here it's easy to do nade damage and Molotov damage because everyone is basically on the same place. So if you just throw nades from here, if you throw Molotovs, if you throw Molotovs from towards car, if you throw nades again, it's going to be the same effect. As a player, and the con player, also this is important, the first player who goes towards A from the con and the A player should throw a Molotov like this, that's going to land towards ramp, and it's going to mostly block the vision of the T's. It blocked it better in CSGO, now it's not as good, but it still blocks it pretty well. And after that, if you want to play passive on A, so let's say your teammates are pushing mid, you can play passive like this, just trying to jump spot on ticket, and after that you can throw a defensive smoke in front of ticket, you can flash over for yourself like this or something, and just you can try to take fights if your teammates are already rotating, but if your teammates are not here yet, you want to just try and survive behind the smoke, maybe throw some kind of a nade, some kind of a Molotov that's going to Molotov important positions that the T's could be in. As the con player, you want to generally play towards mid, and you want to be the one who is going for plays a lot of the time. If you have a spawn that is something like this, also it's important to know that you shouldn't go through A, you should go through jungle, because if there is an open on the ramp, he can get the kill on you if you have a worse spawn. And even a rifler can sometimes kill if you have a bad spawn for crossing through A. So you can go through jungle, and you can use your utility early towards pause or something. You can use a smoke or a Molotov if you feel like there is going to be a fast A play. You can stay inside of a con on some angle holding either under, or if your teammates are fighting mid, you can help them fight. You can throw some utility for them like this. In general, try to help your mid players if you are a bit later. But if you have a good spawn, let's say you have this spawn here, it's very good to go in towards powers. And it's really strong to just go here and hold this angle. It will get you way more kills than you think, but you have to just stay here and be patient until the player comes out, because if you're impatient and you try to go in, it might be a timing on which he tries to pick and he kills you easily. And also, you should tell your A player that he should hold some angle like this or something, so the enemies don't go to Tetris, because if they jump up on Tetris, they might be able to see you. And in case he cannot hold that, you can go in a bit further like this, and now they will not be able to see you from Tetris, and you can get a kill. You can clear this out, and you can throw a smoke or throw a Molotov, and then you can just try to keep the powers control. You can play double setups with your teammates, so you can play one guy jiggling here and one guy holding powers from here. You can double push powers, you can walk together inside of ramp in the middle of the round or even in the beginning of the round. And as a con player, you should be going for plays on mid a lot of the time, so you might want to do the play that I showed with a smoke towards this edge, and then you just try to peek under. You can even peek it from here, but then you have to have somebody holding top mid for you, and you can peek it from the bottom as well. You can throw a smoke in con, you can throw it a bit in front like this, so it doesn't smoke off your vision. You should be holding short for your teammate generally, in case somebody tries to push him. And you can also play around top con, just checking powers, checking con, checking short, just like this, and that's going to get you kills as well. You can play this angle from time to time. You can play it once or twice in a half, so you can catch your opponents off guard sometime. You can play this angle, which is a really weird off angle to clear from your perspective if you're coming out of here, because it will probably peek like this, and the enemy is going to be here. You can play an angle like this to hold towards short, especially if you have a con smoke, this is going to be really good. You can hold an angle like this, just moving left and right maybe. You can go on top of it even. You can hold powers from on top of this box as well. And when you get smoked off top con, generally you want to just go out, because it's going to be very dangerous. They might flash you, they might double peek you, but sometimes you can try to stay in and fight, because your enemies might not expect it. So yeah, without going too much in depth, this in general what you want to do on the T side and on the city side on Mirage. I hope this video helped you, I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something new, and if so, you can leave a like and you can subscribe to my channel to not miss out on any upcoming content. Thank you for watching.